Okay, this is day 4 of the Bailey Brothers, and what just happened is that Steve was cutting the net, and then a guy with a black sedan, and drove up to him and started kidnapping him. And he had something in his arm that said, "Rage will always be my last refuge."
From the beginning of the book. I mean, no, from towards the earlier in the book.
But
that guy was the person at the
yeah, that's the guy who stole MacArthur Bart. And then now we were just reading, and then he came up. Rage will always be my last refuge.
Yeah, it said,
and that's the same exact.
So we're going.
That's the same exact thing right here.
Yeah. So we're going to think what might happen and what he really is and who he is actually. So what do you think, Ethan? Who do you think this guy is?
We know who he is. We know that he is the guy that stole MacArthur Bart, and he's obviously played a trap on Steve so that Steve wouldn't figure out him and show his identity to everybody. So he obviously captured Steve, and he's probably going to bring him to where he captured MacArthur Bart.
Yeah, but why? Why do you think?
We don't know yet.
Yeah,
we don't know yet.
No, we do know because he's doing it because he doesn't want Steve to reveal the case.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's an obvious reason.
Oh, why did he steal MacArthur Bart?
Yeah, we don't know that.
Oh, I'm guessing he stole MacArthur Bart because
All we can make is predictions about that.
I don't really have any good predictions that can be that accurate because we don't know that much information. But I'm guessing this guy did something to him, MacArthur Bart, or this guy needs to use him for something because that's most of the reason you get kidnapped, I think. So, Sean?
I have no clue what will happen to Steve. I mean, obviously he took him because Steve was on to him like about finding out the case. But what he will do with Steve is unknown right now. That's kind of something that we can make a prediction on too. And obviously this is a really big part that's happening in the book. Because we were able to connect apart from early in the story when Steve was back at the hotel, the tattoo on the guy's wrist, and then when Steve was just getting kidnapped, he had the same tattoo on his wrist. So, yeah, I think that he took MacArthur Bart because he needs, like, I agree with Ethan, because he might have needed him for something. Because I don't think he would just do it for, like, no reason or something. He needed him for something, and isn't it kind of weird that no one was around when Steve was getting kidnapped? And then if MacArthur Bart was going to a mailbox, and no one saw him, then there must have been no one around there too. So then there was no one around when he was getting kidnapped at both places. So that's just kind of weird.
So, David?
I think that the guy, maybe he's like some sort of like criminal. Maybe he maybe works for the guy who wanted to steal the diamond. So what's his plan is that he's going to kidnap.
No, but we think Rick stole the diamond.
We know Rick isn't the kidnapper. You know?
We know Rick's not the kidnapper, but this guy might be the guy that stole the diamond, and Rick might turn out as the hero.
He could. All in all, though, Rick is still not a good guy.
Well, that's how a lot of books go. They start with him looking like he's really bad, but then in the end, he turns out to be the hero who saves someone from the villain that we thought was the good guy.
Yeah. So, or
that's how.
Or like maybe let's just say. But maybe, what happens if, Rick didn't steal the diamond? Like maybe he was just saying because he thinks that adult detectives are better than kid detectives. So,
who cares? He might change his mind in the end and say, kid detectives rock, because he figures out the case or something.
Yeah. So what I think is that maybe this guy is working for maybe a person who stole the diamond.
Okay.
I have one more thing to say.
So that's day 4.
I have something else to say, David.
Okay.
Also, I think, like we were saying before, he captured Steve just because he was getting on to his case. I don't think he really needs him for, like, anything. He just captured him because he was really close to finding out who was the robber. So he doesn't really need Steve for anything.
Okay, so day 4.
This is day 4 of the Brixton brothers.